What's up, hockey fans? I was at the Ilves versus Sport game from the Finnish Liga, and you are watching Post to Post.
Hello and welcome to Post, the channel where we discuss all things hockey and all teams. And we just watched the first period of a game, and a few things triggered you. So I thought that you don't actually know what this video is going to be about.
I don't.
It's going to be, I'm going to try and trigger you, or I want you to go on rants. So I'm going to think of things that I know trigger you, and then I want to watch you rant, if you want.
All right.
So there's a few different things that really upset you and myself as well. One of the biggest frustrations that we saw in the first period was the refs not dropping the puck or taking forever to drop the puck. Is that rant worthy?
It is rant worthy, and it's not the first time I would have ranted on that.
It's about the third or fourth.
There was one time near the end of the first period in the game we're watching where the linesman is standing in the faceoff dot, Henrik Zetterberg versus Thomas Plekanec, and there is at least a 10-second conversation. Now, someone elsewhere, I think the ref has blown the whistle saying, "Giddy up." And the linesman has leaned over talking to Zetterberg. Now, Zetterberg's feet are properly placed in the hash marks. Plekanec is just waiting to go. And there seems to be, to me, nothing to talk about right now.
Yeah, there's nothing to talk about.
Unless you're going to ask him about, how's your kids doing? Like how'd the scholarship work out for little Chucky or,
Yeah.
It drives me crazy because the NHL has decided several years ago, many years ago now, to create a penalty called delay of game. If you throw the puck over the glass and cause a whistle, it's a delay of game.
It is.
So delaying the game is bad. I'm taking from that.
Yeah, I think that's a safe assumption.
So if delaying the game is bad, why do the people you pay on your payroll delay the game? If we took, in the course of what should be a 2-hour hockey game,
and added up all the time, the little segments of time that the refs waste time.
That's not all of it, obviously.
No.
There's lots of tootling around, but all the time that the linesman is having a conversation, telling these millionaires how to do their job.
Yeah.
All right. Not dropping the puck, faking it.
The faking it, that's what bothers me the most, is the faking it. Like, what's the point of that?
Yeah.
Just drop the puck.
And we talked about this before. A linesman in his defense is going to say, and I don't necessarily disagree, that they're waiting for both players to be properly set up with their sticks in the little white slivers in the face-off dot before they drop the puck. And until that happens, they can't do their job. I get that. But that's where we go to my fallback position. If these players aren't playing right, drop the puck anyway.
Yeah, who cares?
Just drop the damn
drop
thing.
it. I'm
Holy
so
smoke.
sick of waiting.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then these false starts.
Yep.
Now, during the exhibition season, there was quite a bit of controversy because they were throwing a guy out, and then the next time there was some hitch, it was a penalty for the other guy or the replacement guy. All of a sudden, the regular season starts, and that stops. Have they called a penalty?
They have. Not as much.
Yeah, not as much. And certainly, it was big news. I haven't heard a thing about it lately.
And I'll watch a face-off, and I'll watch someone get thrown out for something that I see that's legal based upon the rules, and then the new guy comes in and actually doesn't put his stick where it's supposed to be or his skates and doesn't get called for, and you drop the puck.
And sometimes that guy wins the face-off.
I don't understand. It's
the inconsistency.
It's so inconsistent, and that's the problem.
It's driving me nuts. So if you took the 10 seconds here and the 22 seconds there and the 17 seconds here in the course of the entire game, you're playing 3 20-minute periods of hockey. Maybe another 5 if you get overtime. Maybe another 5 more to play the shootout. So you've got 60 plus 5 plus 5. 70 minutes of actual play. Now, they used to have 15 minutes between periods. Now it's more like 18 or 19. You add that in there.
Is it really that long?
Yeah, it's 18 minutes minimum on these between periods. You've got these stupid, godforsaken TV timeouts.
Yeah.
Which, I know, it's money.
It's
got to be money.
It's money, yeah. We were watching a game, I think, last night, and there was 9 seconds left in the period or something like that.
Yeah, what had happened was there was a goal scored with about, I don't know, 12 or 13 minutes left in the period, and they played continuously until...
It was almost 7 minutes of continuous time or
Yeah,
more.
it was like five minutes or less left. So the 10-minute commercial break never happened.
Yeah.
Until 4 minutes and something. So that happened. They still had the other TV timeout that they had to unload on viewers before the end of the period. And like you say, 9 seconds left in the period. They got to drop this commercial break, or they're not going to get their money.
Yeah. So it went to a commercial for 9 seconds. We come back and then you watch 9 seconds of the game.
9 seconds of
and
play.
then you watch more commercials.
More commercials and more commercials and more commercials.
So frustrating.
And it's the same commercials over and over again.
Oh, that's the worst. That's the worst part. It's that damn Chevy commercial.
Dodge.
Or Dodge. Yeah, sorry, Dodge. It's frustrating.
No, it just be imaginative, please.
Okay, I got something else.
If you want me, no, I'm not done.
You're not done?
If you want me to drive your dang truck, at least give me a commercial that doesn't irritate me. I will never, ever, because I don't want people to see me driving up and down in a big, nice Dodge Ram truck saying, that guy gets sucked in by that ad on the hockey game. Never going to happen to me.
What if it was...
I'm never going to drive a Mazda until they stop with this Sky Active technology.
Sky Active technology, yeah.
Not going to do it, because I don't want anyone behind me in traffic to say, oh, there's one of those Sky Active technology people. He really got smoked by that, didn't he? Because, guess what Sky Active technology has to do with the sky? Nothing.
Zero.
Nothing to do. I thought when I first saw Sky Active, holy crap, there's some sort of satellite thing, maybe like an OnStar, and there's, data going up and down, and it's going to help fuel economy or navigations. It's Sky Active. Guess what?
It's just like combustion timing or some crap or some internal engine thing that doesn't mean anything.
A bunch of twing-twongs in a boardroom invented, let's call it Sky Active technology. That sounds cool. Doesn't mean anything.
No, it doesn't.
And they pasted that on the back of every Mazda. And everyone driving around the Mazda, like, hi everybody, I have Sky Active technology.
Yeah, and it's not really the fact that they called it Sky Active technology, is that they throw it in your face so much.
Yeah.
And it's
absolutely meaningless.
And they never explain what it is.
I had to look it up. I looked it up on the internet because I was so curious. But guess what? I'm not looking it up for the purposes of deciding whether I'm going to buy a Mazda. I've already made that decision.
Okay, so
not doing it.
Back to the Dodge thing in the hockey game. If there's that one commercial that plays 5 times in the game, exact same commercial.
Yeah.
If it was 5 different ads, would you have a problem with it?
A lot less of a problem.
Me too.
A lot less. And I know ads cost money to make. They don't just cost money to buy the airtime, but they cost money to produce.
Totally.
And I understand that. But there's got to be 4 other Dodge ads out there. Like, now, Chevy has tried it. Chevy with those, commercials over and over, where all these dumb people are put in a room.
Yeah, these non-actors.
Oh, I don't know what kind of car this. Oh, look at the feature that has. I wonder.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, can you deliver a person who's already been paid or negotiated payment, and they go into this studio of some kind, and they still don't know who they're working for?
Yeah.
Please.
It's pathetic.
And that's what drives me the most crazy about these commercials. They take us for idiots, and you know what? They keep running those commercials. So what does that mean?
Means they're making lots of money.
Means maybe we are the idiots that they think we are.
Oh, we're totally the idiots. Well, we're not idiots. There's nothing we can do about it. So
no,
I'm never going to buy a Chevy based on those commercials.
Tell me this. I'll ask you a question.
Okay.
Back, probably 25 years ago now, NASCAR decided on an experimental basis, I think it was a Pocono race, to have a commercial-free NASCAR race that was pay-per-view instead of commercials.
Okay.
And now pay-per-view can't be very expensive. If you're going to watch UFC whatever, it's $100 to watch Conor McGregor, beat the tire out of whoever. So it's $100, right?
Okay, yeah.
So if you're going to watch 82 games pay-per-view of hockey, you're not going to be spending $100 a game. I mean, you really got to be in, right?
Yeah.
You got to be dedicated.
So
if it cost you $1, if you had a little machine in the basement, you just put a little dollar in the little loonie or dollar George Washington in the machine to watch a hockey game that would have no commercials. That during commercial breaks that everyone else is stuck with, you get just like a high camera that shoots the whole arena, and you just see people skating around. You can kind of hear the ambient noise. Would you pay the dollar to watch that game?
100%.
I would too.
100%.
Would you pay $2?
I would.
Yeah. I probably would too. It would depend on the game. I don't think I'd pay $2 to watch Columbus playing,
Carolina or something like that.
Colorado or something.
Yeah.
But I would pay
For your favorite team.
for my favorite team. I'd pay $2. Sure.
Game Center is, I think I got like the early fee of it. It was like $79 or whatever.
Yeah.
And you get all the games, but it's not commercial free.
No.
It'll cut and it'll say commercial in progress, and you just get this loading screen, and then a random Ford commercial will play, and then it'll go back to commercial in progress.
The center ice people put their own commercials. So you don't see the local ad for the local car dealership down the road, Ernie Bach Jr. or whatever. You don't see that, but you see an ad for
whoever paid them the most.
whoever. Or like in the case of some of the ads we see, they're promos for other shows.
Yeah.
Like Brooklyn Nine-Nine or something. We'll see, a million Brooklyn Nine-Nine promos with Andy Samberg saying the same thing each time. And that becomes as annoying as the Dodge commercial.
It does, and it's unfortunate because that's a great show. But
yeah, but NHL Center Ice, I realize, it's not there to give us commercial-free coverage.
Right, and that's it. It never advertised to be that.
No, but it's there to give us out-of-market coverage, and it does that, and it actually does it quite well. I'm pretty content.
Yeah. So
especially since I'm not paying for it.
Let's stick with the TV thing.
All right.
And kind of get back to hockey a little bit.
Yes.
Camera angles. How much does that annoy you?
Annoys me greatly.
Yeah.
I've said this before. Long-term regular viewers will have seen me rant about this before, but it's fresh in my mind because we've just finished watching yet another period of hockey where they can't resist the temptation to go to the camera in the corner when the play is down at that end of the ice.
Yep.
And when they do that, not only do you as a regular viewer lose context as to what's going on in the game, you often even lose sight of the play. And we saw one where there was a rush going into the zone.
Yeah, Galchenyuk was going along the boards on the right-hand side, coming down.
And to retrieve the puck out of the corner. And there was a Hab, I don't know who it was. Pacioretty, that was going to the front of the net. What you want to see is whether Galchenyuk is able to leverage that puck out of the corner and get it out to the slot.
Yep.
That's what you're looking for. But you don't see that. You switch to the corner camera, where you see a bunch of bodies just crashing up against the glass.
Yeah, you get a zoom up of Galchenyuk from here to here coming directly at the camera. Don't know if he got to the puck, don't know if he passed the puck. Turns out he did get to the puck, he did pass the puck, but by the time they got back to the main camera, the puck had gone over Pacioretty's stick, or Pacioretty missed it. I don't know. I didn't see it because we
don't know what happened.
We don't know what happened.
Probably will never know what happened.
No, we'll never know.
Only people who will know what happened are the 17,000 people in the Little Caesars Arena who were actually watching it live and didn't have to depend on an idiot out in a truck pushing a button to show them what they think we want to see.
It's very frustrating.
It's totally frustrating.
And I don't understand it because it's not broadcaster specific. They all do it.
I think some are probably worse than others, but they do all do it.
And I don't understand it because save the, like you said this many times, save those specific cameras and those angles for replays.
Yeah, I love those angles. I want to see things happening from those angles from time to time when they're analyzing a play that's already happened.
Exactly.
But don't go to that stupid corner camera. Or, like the one we saw last night.
Yeah, that's good.
Montreal had a 2-1 lead on Ottawa. And Ottawa pulled a goalie with over 2 minutes to go.
Yep.
So there was a lot of play around the empty net in Ottawa. Like it came close. Montreal could have and should have, frankly, scored about 6 times in that empty net. But at one point, there was a long shot coming towards the empty net from maybe center ice.
No, it's from the blue line, just across blue line.
Blue line, okay.
Paul Byron.
So, but it was a fairly slow-moving shot.
Yeah.
So the idiots in the truck outside the arena hit the button to show us what? The net cam.
Yeah, the net cam.
Which, hey, it makes sense. The puck is headed for the net. Why don't we grab this shot on the net cam, Bob? Sure. Click. But the net cam wasn't pointed down far enough onto the ice so you could see the puck. The net cam was pointed straight out looking over at the goal at the other end of the ice. So the net cam wasn't positioned properly, and the director should say, not producer, the director sitting there in his chair of God with a headset on, saying, "Yeah, take camera 6." He before they take camera 6, he's looking at what camera 6 can see.
Yeah, he knows what camera 6 sees.
And it can't see what we need to see if we're fans of hockey. And no, he's going to take camera 6 anyway because I want to show people that I've got a camera in the net.
Yeah.
That's what it's about. It's about his toys.
His toys, yeah. So we know that the puck didn't go in because we heard the fans go, "Oh."
Yeah.
But we didn't see it.
Didn't see it.
Because we were looking at the ceiling or the other end of the ice.
Yeah.
So it was very frustrating.
So my mantra was in the past, and it still is, I think all of these people who work hockey games, Canada, the United States, wherever, I don't know about European coverage, maybe it's better, they need to take a night off. They need to take a night off and go home and watch a hockey game on TV, or stay in the hockey rink and watch the fans watching the hockey. Stand up against the boards, or the half wall, as the case may be, and put your back to the ice and look at the fans. And train yourself. Mm-hmm. Try to understand, look what the fans are looking at. Where are the fans putting their attention? Are they putting their attention on some guy blowing snot out of his nostril on the bench for 15 or 20 seconds? Or going for a nose hair? Or adjusting his cup? Or whatever they do?
Yeah.
Or are they actually watching something happening on the ice? They're probably watching something happening on the ice because they paid $100 to get in there.
Exactly.
And they're probably going to watch the game.
It's like when a fight breaks out and we miss the first 30 seconds of the fight because they're not, the guys running the cameras in the trucks, they're not watching the game.
No.
They're just playing Angry Birds on their phone and doing their same old camera angles and stuff. Yeah. We totally missed the first half of almost every single fight because they're not quick enough.
And the director in his chair of God will say, "Okay, as soon as we get a whistle, we're going to camera 3."
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He'll say that maybe 10 seconds before the whistle. So we're going to go to camera 3. And camera 3 is a close-up on a goalie, let's say. So as soon as we get a whistle, we're going to go to camera 3. Whistle happens. You know, the guy hits the button, we go to camera 3. Meanwhile, there's actually things that happened.
Tons of things.
Tons of things that are on other cameras. But he's already issued the order 10, 15, 20 seconds ago that we're going to camera 3 no matter what happens.
Yeah.
And they don't react to the actual play that's going on the ice. Mm-hmm. Now, I have faith in the future. I think it's already happening a little bit with technology. Hockey Night in Canada on Select Broadcast put one of those 360-degree cameras up around the penalty box area.
Okay.
And you can log on to the internet, and you can watch what you want to watch. You can direct your computer to show you a view out of that camera that suits you. Now, it's far from perfect.
The quality's pretty poor.
Yeah. But one of these days, we're going to be the director sitting in our chair as to what we want to watch.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll put those guys in the chair of God out of business. I'd love to do that.
Maybe.
Because I want the experience of being in a hockey arena when I'm watching a game at home. Mm-hmm. And I don't get that. I get everything but.
That's why the camera's where it is, because it's supposed to be the best seat, where you can see the most amount of the ice right in the center. Yeah. They're trying to give you the experience of being there.
Another thing last night during one of the plays, we saw, it wasn't Drouin, a player got hurt, took a shot in the ankle.
Oh, it's Houdon.
Charles Houdon. And he blocked a shot and took it right off the ankle. And he went down hard, and he staggered himself far enough over to the bench to get off. This entire thing was happening while the two announcers were talking about not even the other play that was going on the ice.
Oh, they were
talking about something that happened days earlier.
Yeah.
Or at the team bus or what they had.
Sportsnet's getting really bad for that in the Canadians' coverage.
Man, it's so bad. Frigging awful.
Yeah.
It really is awful. They were talking about stuff, and it was about 25 seconds after this all happened that the color commentator, I forget who it was, came on and said, "Oh yeah, Houdon's gone off, and he's walking it off down in the corridor or down in the breezeway." Your job, idiots, is to tell us what we can't see on the camera. When a guy skates off camera with blood flying out of him, I'd like to know what's going on, even if the camera idiot in the truck can't show me. At least you can tell me about it, because you got a microphone.
Yeah, exactly.
You can tell me when there's a line change.
Because he's standing right between the benches. Usually that guy is.
Yeah. I feel like I'm watching a lot of hockey, not as much as you. I'll never watch as much hockey as you. I can't take it because look what happens to me.
You get triggered.
I get triggered. The more hockey I watch, the angrier I get. But I don't know. I just think that we're really being taken for granted as viewers. I think we're really getting the short shrift here. We have millionaires playing hockey in multi-million-dollar facilities with all kinds of very expensive infrastructure. And all that, it's the greatest game in the world to watch. There's not a sport on the planet that is more exciting to watch in person or at home, if it's done right, than ice hockey.
I agree.
don't think.
I agree with
Not a sport. But the product we're actually getting in our living rooms and in our man caves and in our woman caves or wherever we're watching is crap. It's crap in the audio side, the broadcasting side, and the camera side. It's just awful. And I think it's an old boys club that has no imagination.
I think so too, definitely.
Yeah, and it's just we've always done it this way. We've always gone to camera 3 after the whistle.
Yeah, the old cronies club.
Yeah, and until someone comes along and says, we're going to show you hockey a different way, it probably won't change, and I'll continue to be triggered.
Well, that makes for good entertainment, I guess, on our side. So thank you guys for watching. We really appreciate it. We just thought we'd sit down and film a fun little rant video for you.
Fresh in our minds.
If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you like this rant, hit the like button, and we'll see you in the next one. Adios.
Sorry, not sorry.